Let's not tell anyone I'm colorblind.
The color correction back and forths have been the most entertaining between us. Do they have glasses, I wonder? That
They have glasses.
change your
I've
eye
actually
vision?
tried them before, but they haven't really worked. I know a couple other people that struggle with it.
I didn't know for the longest time. I'm like, Josh, you got to fix this color. And then finally you come to me, I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like a big jerk. Welcome to AFJ, a filmmaker's journey. Thanks for coming. We've got a very, very special guest today, Joshua Christiansen. I'm just kidding. Joshua Christiansen.
Sure. Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you excited?
I'm a little excited.
Yeah,
We'll
call it excited, not nervous.
Yes. Yeah.
You're usually the guy behind the camera.
This is my first time, I think, like being interviewed on camera.
No way. This is cool.
Like you know how it goes. I'm always behind the
Yes.
camera, behind the scenes, always in the corner somewhere. You probably never see me on set if like you don't know who I am. Like you'd be like, you would never like just know I'm there.
Well, I'm stoked to have you in front of the camera finally. I'm honored to be the first one to do this with you because it's a little bit scary. It's different. But it's just conversation. I just want to hear about your journey. You're a filmmaker, and you guys know the format. I want to hear about where you're at currently in your career as a filmmaker. Do you consider yourself a filmmaker?
That's what I thought about coming on here. I was like, I think filmmaker is like a stretch.
Really? You think that? What would you consider yourself?
Man, I don't know. Like just someone works in like a video guy. I'm a video production.
You're a filmmaker. No? I think that filmmaker has become a different meaning.
It has. It's definitely
especially
changed.
because of like full-time filmmaker. That I think it's become a personality. It's someone that does video. It's someone that
Yeah.
And so I hear you when it's like filmmaker, like a filmmaker guy. You know, you work with film.
Yeah, film, feature films, long form stuff. But
good.
Yeah,
good point. That's never been brought up yet. But you're a filmmaker, and that's why I asked. Do you consider yourself a filmmaker? It stretches our minds to think about. Are you?
It does. But I guess you can lump me in with everyone else. If everyone else these days are calling themselves that, then it's like I guess I qualify.
When you introduce yourself to someone, what do you say?
All right, yeah, I just say I work in video production, video marketing. I don't really say filmmaking, but yeah.
Well, we'll make this a special episode for Josh. It's a video editor's journey.
Yep, there we go.
So Josh, right now you're doing videos, which anyone watching this probably would love to get to the point you're at, which is creating for clients. I mean, some people might want to go down the movie route, but you have been on a journey that has brought you to this point.
Yeah.
And I want to hear about where that is. Obviously, I know a little bit because we work together every day, but tell the audience about where you're at currently.
Where I'm at currently, I've made it. I get to work with Tyson Henderson at Tyson Media. I'm at the pinnacle of my career, please. So, but honestly though, like people say like, what's your goals? Like, what do you want to be in? Like, I honestly like love what I'm doing now. I just want to figure out how to scale up and make more money doing it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you have been helping me with, and it's been great. So, but like right now I'm in a place where I work with awesome brands. Right now, the main brand we work with is Bullfit, and they're a fitness company, and they give us a lot of creative freedom, and it's just really fun projects that we get to work on.
Yeah.
Coming up with like short form contents, anything from like podcasts to like memes and sketches and like skits and
like, be honest, you do it. You do all the stuff. You don't have to say we. Like, it started out as a group thing. Now it's like, this is Josh's baby and he's killing it with Bullfit. So
and then working alongside with you with other clients that come through Tyson Media, and just like a lot of short form content, marketing videos, stuff like that. So, and right now I kind of produce and manage tasks and delegate assignments and stuff, and a lot of it I just do myself and stuff like that. So
you would say that like currently you're at a point that you do a lot of different things. Is that something, it's like you say you love where you're at. Is this what you love to do?
Yes. And I remember being interviewed by you, and like you're like, what you asked me, like, what do I want to do? And it's like the part that attracts me to this position is just the variety of stuff that we get to do. You know, I'm always wearing different hats. I get to produce pre-production. I get to be on set, get to be behind the camera. I get to edit, get to, just wear a lot of different hats to see the whole production through a lot of the process all the way to deliverables. So
Yeah.
it's just never, for me, it hardly ever feels like work. Like it's always just something's new, something different. And the days go by pretty quick because
Cool.
you're just doing stuff that I like. So
This is fun. This is like a one-on-one, like a quarterly one-on-one that we do. Like I'm checking in with you. This is cool for me to hear. This is insightful because like I think I want to know how you're doing. I want to know, what you're enjoying. I never want people to do things they don't like.
yeah,
So it's cool that we've like gotten you to this position that you love this.
yeah, love it.
So congratulations, you've made it.
Made it.
You are at the point that these guys want to be,
Yeah.
which is, I think, honestly, managing a client consistently. But then there's a lot of variety in that, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're here. One thing real quick, you're also a drummer.
Yeah.
You're a
play
musician.
drums. So yeah.
Do you call yourself a magician or a magician? You call yourself a musician or a drummer?
Yeah, I just play drums.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a drummer, so.
I had to touch on that because you're really good at it.
Oh, thanks.
So no one ever hears you because you come in at night and you jam, and you don't play for people.
Yeah. We had a little band back in like 12, 13 years ago, just with some of my high school buddies, and this was like our early years of college and stuff. And it was fun. We recorded a couple songs. Don't look them up.
That's cool.
But yeah, just like pop punk stuff. Like my influences are like Blink-182 is like my favorite band, mostly because of Travis Barker. He's just like one of my idols as far as like drummers go. Like he's just so creative and really talented, and so a lot of stuff I play is like from that genre, is like pop punk and stuff, and that's what our little band played, and
Cool.
stuff like that. And then I moved to Hawaii and kind of broke that up for a while, and then moved back after like 9-10 years, and a couple years ago, me and my buddies have kind of reunited a little bit. We're not like playing shows.
Buddies that you're playing with your old band members?
Yeah.
So that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we just get together and like just jam and stuff.
That's so cool. It's cool to hear that, like, obviously we're focused on your career and as a filmmaker, but you've got other things.
Yeah, and honestly, it's interesting that you bring it up because we live in a day and age where social media is so prevalent, and like you can make so much money doing it. And I've even seen you like with like your little viral videos and stuff. Like I've thought about creating like a little drum channel and stuff.
That'd be cool. Well, you've got the content. You're able to create the content for it.
Yeah,
and then now you can be in the content because you love it so much.
Yeah, so
to be in it.
Picked about starting something this year, and so we'll see if that happens. But
the favorite ones for me are the when I think we've talked about some of them when they make remixes, or they are listening to a tune and then they just start drumming to the tune, making up their own drumming pattern. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like when I know like Drumeo does that a lot, where they'll bring on like the rock stars, the professional drummers and stuff, and they'll like have someone listen to that song for the first time, and then like drums. To me, it's pretty impressive. So
well, let's get you going on that. So yeah, then okay, so you're here. Let's go back to the beginning. I really want to understand, like, did this just happen, or did you have a plan to get to this point?
Yeah.
What was the first time you remember that spark going off that said, I want to be a filmmaker, or I want to be a director, or I want to run camera? Like, what was the first thought in this career path that you've gone to?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because looking back now, like ever since I was like, I don't know, like really young, I always thought I was going to go into like the medical field, like to become a dentist or a doctor or something. And so like all throughout high school, I always took like science classes. When I started this college, I was majoring in biology. And so, but like during that time, like even like late high school, early college, like I got my first GoPro, and just had fun, like making little videos, little sport videos and stuff. No, that was still here in Utah. Before I like, was when I like got my first GoPro for like my birthday.
Nice.
And so, what's that?
GoPro.
It was the Hero 3, the black edition. So 1080p.
Oh yeah, dude.
Those are old. Those are things. Yeah, they were so cool when they came out. Like high quality video on such a little tiny.
Stabilizers.
Jesus. Yeah, raw. So just a little action cam, but that's like, I mean, how is thought it was like a fun little thing to do, but never considered it as a career at all. Like I was going to go be a dentist or like a doctor or something. Um, and so I started out here in Utah. I went to UVU, got my associates, and then transferred to Brigham Young University of Hawaii, and still studying biomed. And to get through school, I had to get a job to pay for expenses and college and stuff. So my second job on campus, my roommate was working for the media department, and he just had the coolest job, just and he got me introduced. Like I had no like real experience, like behind camera or editing or anything like that. But so I feel like my introduction to film is like pretty unique, like to get from where I started to where I am, because I started with this opportunity of like where normally people go to learn and pay and go to school for this. Like I got a job doing it.
It's cool.
And was able to like get paid to learn to do it. So
that is different.
Yeah, really different and pretty lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realize that though. I didn't realize I kind of remember you talking about the medical field, but I didn't realize that I thought you went to BYU Hawaii to go into film. Like I just,
yeah.
It is. I mean, you ended up getting a job.
I got a job as a student. And I was just so fascinated. Like I loved my classes, as like my science classes, like it was really entertaining, like not entertaining, like it was just, I really enjoyed learning everything, like the biology side, science and all that stuff, just all the academia of it. I loved learning about it. I was kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
But I also loved being at work and the stuff I was doing. And, I just really started nerding out on all the, how I am. Like I'm a nerd. I'm a tech guy.
Yeah.
Just really curious about everything, camera, all the gear, all the specs of everything, and started just studying up and watching tutorials like all the time on how to edit, how to like color grade, how to I'm laughing. I don't know if
color grading. But like not to take you off too track, I want to reverse a little bit. Did you ever like think about doing this when you were a kid? Like did you watch any movies? Did you ever, like did anything fascinate you about it?
It's just that's the thing. It's like I never wanted to like make movies.
Yeah.
Like I liked, like I said, like making little snowboard videos and like stuff like that was like fun.
Just a hobby.
Yeah, just a hobby. That's like fun. So and I still don't don't care to like go make movies if like you can get into it later, but like I could care less to be on a feature film.
Yeah.
But we could talk about that in a minute.
So anyway, we'll bring it back to where you were going, which was, I can't remember, you were starting your job.
Yeah. So I was just a student. And that time I started at the university was really broadcast focused too.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've gotten exposed to a wide variety of video production, like broadcast or like short film and stuff like that. And just like short form content. But it was really broadcast heavy when I got into it because they had a sports program. And so we were doing like, we were filming like the basketball games, the volleyball games, and just like live broadcast stuff as well as like the weekly devotionals. So really broadcast heavy when I first got into it. So super tech.
So you thrived.
And like I was a student, but like I just felt for like the directors and people over me because it's like live production is something else. Like it's like super stressful.
Yes.
So that's like one aspect of video production that I was learning over there. But then on the side, we'd create like little, like what do you call it? In-house videos for the university, like interviews or like training tutorials, like just content like that.
So you're running camera and you're editing and
yeah.
So what were you doing during live broadcasts?
So just everything. Learned everything from just like being like a cable wrangler. That's like how you start out, is just like being next to the camera guy and just like wrangling cables while they go out on the court and stuff like that. To you work your way up to like manning a camera, like, and they're like they look intimidating because like there's like the big cameras, and they're like
they're just
expensive.
in boxes.
Yeah, they're like $60,000 cameras and stuff.
Did you ever did you do basketball?
So
Did you ever a floor cam?
Yeah, I did one
Oh.
live, just like, yeah,
I was excited.
like on a little wheelchair and just like, yeah, just like,
Dude, I had to sit on the floor, like in the NBA, and hold it on my shoulder.
yeah,
And it is the most exhausting thing I've ever done
Yeah.
because you're trying to do a good job, but it lasts an hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, obviously you get a few breaks, but it just starts to cramp. And anyway, the guys that are on the court at the NBA games, I'm amazed.
seriously, that takes some endurance.
Yeah.
A lot of times I was just on the tripod and you're just like
That's the best one.
getting down, you know.
You're just 1 and 2 up top on the bleachers and you just, especially when you're the wide.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah. And then got into like the studio side of things, technical directing. So on the board.
Yeah,
it's
that
like
was my
this-
next question. Did you do any directing in TDing?
Mhm, yeah, I did. I was on, TDing is what you call it. And it's really intimidating at first, but
Yeah.
just this massive board, and like there's a bunch of numbers and you're switching. It's like you're controlling a spaceship and stuff. But yeah, I did that, and then all the way up to like directing and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
I never got that far. I did cameras, and then one other kid got a directing opportunity, and I was like, dang it. And then, but I thought that TDing would be the funnest. Like, it'd be so fun to just be able to do the buttons.
it's a fun, stressful job.
Yeah. We've done a few live broadcasts that are like nothing
Yeah.
compared to those.
Seriously, even the ones that I was doing, like,
Yeah.
you watch like the Super Bowl and stuff, and like how they're
Crazy.
going, and like
The
you see-
graphics that pop on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
yeah, it's crazy how technical it gets, and how stressful that gets. So
Yeah.
but
But
yeah.
you do good with that because we've been in some stressful situations during live broadcasts, and I've looked at you and you're like, I don't know, and it's like, and then you figure it out every time.
That's the thing. Like, there's always something that goes wrong when you're like prepping. Like a camera's not working, a signal's down, something, and then like it's right up until the last minute, and then finally, usually it works. Yeah.
And that's all. I mean, any industry in filmmaking, it's funny because it's all solving problems.
Yep.
That's literally what it is. Even when it's as simple as setting up a camera, where am I putting it? That's a problem. Like, you got to solve it. So you got to be able to act on your feet in this industry.
Yep. For sure.
Cool. So yeah, broadcasting,
Yeah, and then
in-house videos.
so after a while, the university got rid of their their sports program. So all the basketball, volleyball games, stuff went away. And then it's kind of interesting because backing up a little bit, along my journey. So I was a student, graduated, still wanting to go to like dental school, medical school. I was applying to those to schools for dental school actually, and trying to think the story say. So
I didn't know you still wanted to go into that. Even though you're doing video, it wasn't like, oh, I'm switching careers.
no, yeah, I was like, but it did, because like I didn't get into dental school, and I was like relieved.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't really want to go do that. You know, I really like what I'm doing.
Huh.
And I was relieved when I didn't get in. And an opportunity came to where both my managers left the university at the same time. They got like different job offers, and they left. And so I was interning when I graduated. They offered me an internship. And while I was waiting to hear back from like dental school and stuff like that. So they left, and then I was an intern managing the department for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because it's like,
You were the next in line.
yeah. And I'm just like an intern, like
Yeah.
running the whole thing, like even the live broadcast and everything. But but I really like appreciate the people, like my mentors before me, the managers, because they just like trained me up and showed me.
Yeah.
I just learned so much from them. So
Yeah.
and then the university hired one of my good friends, Tay Steele, which I've introduced you to him, and he's amazing and super grateful for him because I learned a lot from him too. But they hired him as the head manager, and then he hired me as the assistant manager.
Okay.
So then we were both running the department. And so
Just no longer an intern.
so no longer an intern, and like by this time it's like, man, I just want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
I like what I'm doing.
Did you ever do anything with Devin in that time? Like, because it seems like you won some things, right?
Yeah. So Tay, Devin reached out to Tay, we did like a zombie video out in Hawaii. And Tay brought me along on that shoot.
Yeah.
Devin was looking for people.
Yeah.
I was like first day seeing for Tay. And so that's how I met Devin.
Got it.
Was like on those projects. So yeah.
So you and Tay are way more connected than I realized. I didn't realize that like he was your boss, essentially your manager.
Yep.
And then he was the one that knew Devin and brought you over to Devin.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then, so Tay was only there for like a year in the department, and then he left to go freelance and do his own thing. And so that we left the spot, and I got bumped up to his spot, and then, yeah.
And then you did what from there? Like, how long were you there actually in charge of everything?
Well,
after Tay left.
He left in 2019, and I left in 2022, so like 3 years.
Nice.
So
But you were there for a long time in total.
yeah, in total I was there for like 8 years, like
Dang.
from a student to intern to like manager. So
Yeah.
long time in Hawaii.
And that time, at that point, when you got to where Tay left and you started doing this is like when you decided this is like my career path, or was it like, let's just see where it takes me?
Sorry, say that again.
So like with when Tay left
Uh-huh.
and you had the opportunity to basically step up and be the guy, did you ever have a moment that was like, hey, this is my career, this is what I want to do? Or was it like, cool, I'll take it, will I still pursue dental later? I don't know. Or was it like,
Yeah, no, by the time Tay left and I like took over his position, I was like, yeah, I want to do this. Like, this is what
was it? And then was it like, I want to do this at Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Obviously you want to live there, but like do this position forever at Hawaii.
Yeah.
What made you leave?
So it's kind of funny because I met you.
That's right. So Brian introduced us, or he said, I've got a friend that does video in Hawaii when I was out in Hawaii. And then did we text or DM?
I messaged you and I can't remember. I was like, hey, it'd be fun to meet up or something.
Yeah.
And then like came and took video.
Yeah, you took videos of me and my kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like the first one.
Ocean, me and Nixon.
Yeah.
And then it was on, what was that beach called? It was starts with an S. Sunset.
So yeah, Sunset. Yeah, yeah. That was the first time I actually met you, even though I almost ran into you at your sister's proposal when you were filming it.
Were you not there?
I was there, but you were on top of the mountain and I was on the bottom.
Yeah.
With the lanterns.
Yes, the one
we never ever like
every 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I was like the only person up top with Brian and Tiffany, and then you'd see this, like one lantern, and it's like, okay, and it's like, well, so dark.
Yeah. So that what year is that? Like 2014 or something?
You would have been, or 13, because
2013.
I got married in 2014. I think they got married in 2015, so maybe 2014.
Yeah. So that's the first time I had heard of you, and like, because Tiff was like, yeah, my brother's videos. I remember back then I was like, that's cool. Like, I'm curious.
But you're still like a dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dentist mode. So, but I actually was starting my like video.
Yeah, you were.
Like,
it was a job.
I was like, I remember like hearing about you. I was like, oh, curious what he shoots on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So.
Yeah. I do proposal videos that go viral on YouTube.
Yeah. So
that was my career path.
Yeah. Cool.
That's cool. So then we met up. What happened after that?
Not really much. But I was like sort of looking for like just I've been there at the university for like eight years. And I'm from Utah. And every once in a while I'd like to look at positions in Utah and see if something came up. But I wasn't really like looking to leave per se. Like I liked where I was, and Hawaii is great. But I always told myself if the opportunity came to like take me back home, back to family and stuff, and I'd probably take it. So I remember you posted something like looking for an editor or something, and then I reached out. I was like, hey, I'm in town like for the holidays. It'd be cool if we met up.
Yeah. And was I at Spaces?
Yeah.
And we met up in that that main area.
Yeah. So did a little interview, got me a position, and yeah. So that's when we started working.
It's funny because it's fuzzy to me, especially because like it's funny. It's for some reason everyone here at Tyson Media is so private, like personally. Like I know everyone inside the business, but like even you, I think when we were even talking, like you were living in Hawaii and I didn't quite know it. It was like I offer you a position. It's like, well, I'm gonna move here, and it was like this, like, well, can you move here? And you're like, I kind of want to, and then you did.
Yeah.
And then from there, talk a little bit about when you moved to Utah, and like talk to me as if I don't know what's going on, to understand like your progression at Tyson Media, because you've been here for almost 4 years now, right? No,
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years. So
There's been progression. There's been a lot of things that we've even changed internally, and like, let's talk about it. Tell me about it.
yeah. So yeah, I was excited to come back to Utah and work with you and kind of just get exposed to different projects, because you kind of gets repetitive at the university, and I'm always making the same type of videos and stuff. But it was cool to like come work with you and like see the brands you were working with and like the productions you were working on. But yeah, came on basically starting on as like an editor, and I don't know, just
And you always had the plan, like you like, because I know you're like our AC, like you help with all our tech stuff and you handle a lot. Was that something that like, I want to understand the progression of how, you know, you're now leading a company, both at and also helping in so many other areas, but starting as an editor. Did you have ambitions? Did you have a goal of getting to a point where you're shooting, directing, managing a client, or did you just let it happen as it happened?
yeah, kind of a little bit of both, because like I feel like I was doing this same sort of stuff at the university. Like, you know, I was managing projects. I was, you know, taking things from the beginning to the end, dealing with like the client, the university, and stuff like that. But just wanting to do that, I guess, I don't know, just being exposed to like working with different brands and I don't know, different work, I guess.
Yeah.
But starting with you is like kind of not starting over, but like, I don't know,
It felt like it.
not a little bit, but like at the same time, I was still learning a lot.
Like you knew stuff, but now you had to come into a new thing and,
yeah,
and prove out what you can.
yeah. And I guess the kind of like the biggest like change, or like not really a shock, but like it was like coming from Hawaii pace and like
Just chill.
just chill and stuff to
Wouldn't
like
get it to you tomorrow, but when they need it tonight.
yeah, versus to coming in to working with you, it's like ramping up the pace on everything, you know, like the speed, like editing, being on set, like in and out, like filming something like super fast, because now we're dealing, because at the university it's like I'm pretty much dealing with things on unlimited budgets, like
It's
take your time and
hurts money.
yeah. So not that we would like waste time or anything, but like but now it's like you're dealing with the client's money, and it's like you have to really give them the bang for their buck. Especially that's kind of like what Tyson's Media like. I guess what do you call it?
We sell that we work fast. And we're
Quality.
in quality.
Yeah, fast, efficient.
Marrying the two, which is always hard.
Yeah, and so really learn to like really speed up the process of everything coming here. So I feel like I've learned a lot watching you and the team.
Everyone's kind of grown into this speedy thing, which I just used to do by myself. And now it's like trying to get everyone to kind of do it too. Is always fun and challenging. But yeah, we had a conversation. This is like the nitty gritty of like, Josh, like I need to see what you can do. Like I need to know your value. Like you edit, but like what's the position for you? And then I think that was a huge turning point in the relationship we had at Tyson Media. Tell me about that. Like,
I think when I've kind of gained your trust a little bit is when you sent me out on a trip to Lumio. To go do like a retreat video, like as for the sales guys out in California.
You and
like,
Kaiser.
Yeah, me and Kaiser, and basically you just gave me the reins. Like you just let me like take care of like the flights and the whole production. Getting out there, taking all the equipment and all that stuff, and then, you know, like all the filming, all that stuff coming back, editing it, giving you a deliverable, and you're like, oh,
It was sick. You can do this? Wait, what?
So,
that was cool.
Yeah, that's kind of where I feel like I finally, or not finally, but like started to like gain your trust a little bit. Like you were able to see my skill set, and
But then at the same time, like you were putting out fires constantly for me, like tech stuff. And then I realized, because I'm not a tech guy, I don't care what camera you're shooting on. I don't care anything about the specs. Does it look good? Cool. But then you came in and all of a sudden I'm like, holy smokes, there's someone that like likes that stuff. And I can just be like, I don't know, Josh knows all about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I feel like there's been a lot of technical like AC stuff where I've had to like figure out some troubleshooting on set and stuff and kind of come in and fix some things. And
yeah, just like quietly sweating bullets and not letting you know you're stressed dealing with this thing.
Yeah.
LED wall.
Yeah.
At the last minute.
Yeah.
A panel goes out and you fix it.
So
yeah, we've been in lots of those stressful situations.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we're now here, so that brings us right to where you're at. I just want to hear a little bit. Cause there's two more questions I'm going to ask you, and one of them is, what does the future look like for Josh? Is it still video, or are you going to be a dentist in 5 years?
I know.
Take a full 180, and then I want to have you end on just a piece of advice. I'll ask you this question, but think about it while you're talking. Is there's going to be people watching this that are like, I would love to be in this position where I'm managing a client, I'm having the variety that Josh has, and you're able to just basically run you're just doing your thing and you're killing it. How does someone get to that point?
Yeah.
But let's go back to the first question. What's the future look like for Josh?
Yeah. I ask myself that often too. It's like, I don't know. It's like, am I going to get bored of video in like a year or two? Or
yeah.
Which I don't think so. There's just so much variety and stuff to do. I don't think it really does get boring, but going back to drumming and stuff, I want to pursue that a little bit more.
Cool.
Like I said, maybe starting like a social media channel or something, but
featuring your dog.
What's that?
Featuring your dog.
Featuring my dog, yeah.
Of course.
The dog coat.
That's a good boy.
He is the goodest boy. That's so, but yeah, like I said earlier, just like people ask me what I want, or like, yeah, it's like I love where I'm at right now, and just want to figure out how to do it more, how to help other people, how to bring more people on, because that's one thing that I really liked where at the university was teaching students.
Yeah.
And like bringing people in and just teaching.
Yeah.
So I liked that a lot. So bringing people into the team, new help and stuff like that to help train up, I really like. So just scaling what I'm doing now. So
we need to have you jump into our school community.
Okay,
Josh. All these things that you want to do, it's like teaching you how to do it.
Yeah.
Even though you're doing it with me, it's very unique. I'm actually doing it for free for you, Haley, Ben, everyone. And so it's just a fun thing. So that's a little plug for the community.
There we go.
To join that. It's where we basically try to take what we're doing and to take it to the next level, because I'm trying to do that myself. I'm currently in that. How do we grow? How do we expand what we're currently doing? How do I give more? And I think that's something that you want to do too, is like you want to give back and train. And you're doing a great job with that with EJ and Alvin. I always forget Alvin's name. But yes, cool. And now let's just end with a little bit of advice. Like, I know that you didn't plan to be here.
I know.
Like anyone else I've talked to, it's like Zane especially was like, when I was a kid, I was going to be this, and he went for it. And yours has been a little bit. So like maybe there's someone that's starting somewhere, and what's the advice you give that person to maybe get to where you're at?
Yeah. Pick up a camera.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So I feel like it's so cool now because the barrier to entry is just so low now.
Yeah.
I remember the first camera I got was like a little Canon T7i, a little DSLR.
Yeah.
Well, besides my GoPro, that was my first one. But
yes.
Yeah, just the quality and stuff that you can get now with so little and so cheap is really just, buy your first camera, play around with it, go shoot anything and everything. And just nerd out.
Yeah.
Like I was, that's how like I got to where I was just playing around. I was really fortunate to, be in that media department, whereas like not only did I get to play with like little, beginner cameras, but like they had like a nice Sony camera, like cinema camera, all the way. And then we got our first, like our Red, a Gemini, and like really like cinema cameras that I got to play with. So, but if I was to go back and like try and do this myself, like get out there, is just buy your first camera, play around with it, shoot anything and everything. Watch tutorials, because there's so much like free content out there. Like you can watch that's the thing, is like this field you can just learn on YouTube or on YouTube University.
Don't go to college.
So
Out of school.
yeah.
Look at me.
So, but if you want to be a director, go and direct something.
Yeah.
Like do your own thing. Like you don't have to like work your way up on set and like hope that someone reaches out to you and to become a director. Like you can grab some friends, join like a Facebook community. There's a good one here in Utah, and just like, hey, I want to make this film, and just do it.
Yeah. So how do they get to managing a client? When they do, how do they manage the client?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I work through you, and so I've had a couple clients, like friends and stuff, reach out to me like on one-off projects. So honestly, it's a networking thing.
Yeah.
So like people come out of the works when you get out and do stuff. You know, if you're out on set, you know, you meet people. If you're doing your own thing, like if you're doing spec work at first, you know, just creating little videos, people notice that, and you're posting things, and then you start reaching out to you. That's how you know they want work, they want work done, and so
you gotta let people know what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to get yourself out there and post and stuff like that. But I've been lazy and just let Tyson Media bring me clients.
But talk about, because you say you run through me. I'm not involved. I guess you're talking about the systems.
Yeah,
but I feel like you're like doing your thing, man.
Yeah, but like, as far as clients go, it's like they've come to you and like you handed them off to me.
Yeah.
Because I've been able to like work my way up, and you try to like manage the clients and stuff. But so how do you get there?
Well, I guess before you go there, I'm curious. This is getting to the good stuff. You say I bring you the clients. Do you want to be able to bring in clients? Do you want to have your own clients? Do you want to have more bullfits? Like, I'm just curious. This is like kind of still talking about where Josh's head.
Yeah, that I feel like I'm figuring that out.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to just, because I feel like you can spread yourself thin a little bit if you take on too much. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah, you're an island boy. Live in the island life.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to figure out how much I can take on as far as client management and stuff, and so that is something I'm trying to figure out.
And so you're taking it as it comes.
Yeah.
You're a chill dude. Just a chill guy.
Chill guy.
He just likes to make videos.
Yeah.
And works for a cool, like one of the funnest brands though, for sure, that we have is Bullfit. So very cool, man. Any parting words? Any last thoughts? No stress if you don't. It's just a nice way to end it. Stay in school.
Stay in school. I don't know.
Don't ask.
Because side note, I mean, it's funny, like, because I don't use my biology degree, and it's like I tell people that, like, and I find how much people don't use their degrees and what they end up going into in their field. I did end up getting a master's degree.
Right. You have a master's?
Yeah, in film and media.
I didn't know that.
So during COVID, I started online school and got like a film and media master's degree through ASU.
But was for fun, or did you think you'd use it?
Just because it's like I wanted to. I guess it's like I don't have a degree in my field, and it's like maybe I should, because like it is beneficial if like you want to like work corporate side of things, because just to get through HR you need a degree. So I feel like there is a service for it. Like there is a purpose for if you do.
Well, freak, you just breezed right over that.
I feel like you do this, you just forgot.
I forget everything. That's why these are good, because it allows me to catch up.
Yeah. But where I'm at, I don't think it's been necessary. But if I wanted to go a corporate route or something, I think it would come in handy if I ever do that. But
that's amazing. I've never used my degree. I have a bachelor's.
Yep.
At UVU. So Yeah, hasn't gotten me anything except for networking and connections.
True.
Well, Josh, that's it. Wasn't too painful. Do you have, I mean, I feel like you want to tell me more, but you're not.
I'm trying to think. No, honestly.
I'm trying to pull teeth here. Let's go.
Let's not tell anyone I'm colorblind.
The color correction back and forths have been the most entertaining between us.
Yeah, I need help there. So
Do they have glasses, I wonder, that
they
like
have glasses.
change your
I've
eye
actually
vision?
tried them before, but they haven't really worked.
Really?
And it's funny because I know a couple other people that struggle with it.
And I didn't
Maybe-
know for the longest time. I'm like, Josh, you got to fix this color. And then finally you come to me, I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like a big jerk.
Yeah, maybe that's a funny thing we can touch on because maybe it's like we like create awareness and stuff of colorblind people that don't
That are editors or colorists
Yeah,
that are colorblind.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I definitely use my scripts. It's funny because like I know how to color and I know the technique and everything. Because like if you tell me how to, if I need to take a color out or do something, I can do it technically.
Yeah.
But like sometimes, yeah, I'll send in like a export and you'll have to tell me, and I'll send it to a friend or something like, is this good?
Before I show it to Tyson and he rips my head off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. What color can you not see the most? Is it red?
I feel like I can see every color, but it just depends on like the hue and like the saturation of it or the brightness of it, and if it's like how close it looks to the other color.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's just that one shot, the Sienna shot, and it was red.
yeah.
And it's like, Josh, you can't see this? I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but it's not changing. And anyway.
Yeah. But so honestly, it's like it just depends on the color. Like sometimes even pink and gray like can look similar, or like purple and blue.
Do you feel like it's gotten better? Because
I feel like it's gotten better.
Because like when I think of me, like even now when I see footage, I just see right away when it's a weird color. I couldn't see that back then.
Yeah.
So you think you're developing like senses for it?
I feel like I have a little bit, and I talk to my other colorblind friends too, and they feel the same way.
I'm sorry, Shimo. It's a community.
Yeah. So, but honestly though, there's us out there that are colorblind and we struggle, but we're trying to make it through. We fake it till we make it.
You faked it, and then now it's like I feel bad because I was like giving you so many notes on color. And it's like, Josh, I would have been more sympathetic, because our feedback's pretty ruthless here. It's fast. It's just get it done. But that's such a big thing in this industry, is like being able to take feedback.
Yeah, for sure.
So you did well, man. You had armor of steel. Taking those color notes.
Yep.
So, well, I'm glad you actually got into that. I think that's going to be our cold open.
There we go.
The very end of the podcast is what we're going to start with.
Yeah.
So, cool, man. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for doing everything you do for Tyson Media.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You make this thing operate. So,
Appreciate it.
appreciate you on the team, and make sure to like, subscribe. I hate this part. It always makes me think of like Devin Supertramp days. Over and out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Join this school community where we actually train you. We can get you to this point where Josh is at, where you're actually managing clients. You can come in and we can help you grow your business to the level you want to grow it to, get it to the level that we're at, which would be really cool. Go watch our other videos if you haven't, with other guests. It's really insightful. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace out.
See ya. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
There we go.